going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Getting some practice here, back at Cultist. I know a bunch of you messaged me saying you really like the Cultist vlogs, so we're back with another one. Just had another lesson with Max today. Now, I didn't film it because my phone overheated because it was 37 degrees today, but it's a little cooler now. So we just went to the range, got some practice in from the lesson, and now I'm gonna execute it on the course. And wow, that first shot is a pretty good indicator that I think what we worked on today really worked. I'm gonna take you through it, and I really hope this helps you guys, because I think we're starting to finally get stuff to click here. Yup, I think it works. What an absolute dart. 181 yards, 7-iron to 2.5 feet. That's what we want. All right, so here's what we worked on today. So obviously in my first swing lesson, big thing we were trying to do was obviously get the takeaway right so that I could come through and turn properly and have the club face square. But another thing we started to notice, and as I was practicing that more, is I kept really just drawing it, and it was, you know, it was too much of a draw, right? A fade was just not possible. And one of the things that we noticed and why that was happening was because when I would come down on the downswing, I was sliding and I was still having that push upwards, right? And so as a result, it was just throwing everything still out of whack. So what we worked on a ton today is, one, standing a little more upright. This is part of the Gankist thing, is obviously being more upright. I was kind of going back to my old ways of crouching down more, which isn't the play. Even though that feels like a more athletic stance, it doesn't put you in the position to be athletic through the golf swing, which feels very counterintuitive, but that's what it is. So a big thing was obviously just getting a little more upright, getting on the balls of my feet, right? Having my takeaway come back properly through here. And then when I get to here, I have to recenter my body over the ball and then turn and keep this leg straight as opposed to sliding, right? I can't square up properly if my pelvis is over here, if my body's over here, right? You can't square up that way when you're sliding, right? So, you know, from this like front angle on, you know, it's bringing it up and then recentering over the ball and then turning and getting to impact, right? And a big struggle for me with that is, obviously I've built up a lot of speed and I have a ton of arm speed, but really the arm speed's irrelevant. I actually need my body to come and turn and take that over. And so that's why you saw in the first hole, that controlled cut. The reason why I'm able to do that now is because I'm not using my arms at all. I'm able to turn, hold off the face with the flexion in the wrist, and that was probably the most controlled cut I've hit in a really long time. So I came up a little short, definitely didn't catch it as good as I want, but that's a miss I'm willing to accept, at least, because it's still on the target line that I anticipated. One of the things I'm trying to eliminate now through doing this process is getting the wild misses out of play, right? I'm still in play and still have an opportunity for par here, versus historically, I would have probably pulled that into those trees trying to hit that cut. And yeah, it ain't pretty punching out from those trees. That is for sure. I have plenty of experience with that. Anyway, let's get up and down and keep it moving. All right, this is what happens when you don't commit to your shot. In my head, I wanted to hit a cut 8. Instead, I went with a draw 9 because I played through a group and was a bit rushed, and I should have gone with my first instinct, which left us now with this. But again, we're just gonna get up and down and keep it moving. Well, see, stupid error right there, and that goes to show you the effect that an uncommitted swing can have, right? Just one uncommitted swing leads to a bogey. After putting a really good shot into the fairway, compounded that error. So that's one thing, again, I'm working on and trying to get more confident with the swing to just, again, eliminate those uncommitted swings. Now, another thing you guys are gonna start noticing in my swing too, on top of all these changes with the rotation, is I've changed my tempo drastically. What I'm really working on now is a slow and low takeaway, like super slow. You know, because I used to whip it back fast and it didn't come through. And I didn't realize how much that was throwing me off plane and causing me to make so many secondary adjustments in my swing. So now I'm taking it back just nice and slow through, make sure I hit all my positions, so when I pull the trigger, it's in exactly the spot I need it to be. If you look at great iron players like Hideki Matsuyama and obviously Colin Morikawa, like these guys have slow backswings. And I always thought it was weird until I tried it. And I gotta tell you, my control has jumped up a ton. And actually, I gotta go look back at the footage and see if that uncommitted swing, if I was too fast going back. Over the past couple days, as I've incorporated a slower takeaway, my dispersion has gotten much better. My control over the ball has gotten much better. I don't have so many of those wild misses. So, I don't know. I know there's such an emphasis right now on speed, but it just seems like the better I get, the less concerned I become about speed, and the more I become aware of technique and control. And it's just interesting, you know, with how much speed is being pushed right now. And listen, I went down that rabbit hole. I spent a ton of time working on speed. I got no shortage of speed. But this control and being able to really slow it down, I think that's the magic. Obviously, one thing I need to work on a little more is integrating this new technique with my wedge shots. That wedge shot wasn't exactly ideal from 50 yards out. Granted, I have had about 3 hours of just non-stop range practice today. So my body is a little tense, but no excuses. Obviously, I'm just hoping now all of this leads to better feel and better control. And again, like, not a bad miss. Since 6 months ago, I might have sculled that over the green, so I'll take it. That is so sick. That is so sick. That was exactly what I wanted to happen. Love it. Love it. See, that's 2 videos in a row where I've roasted this tee shot. And see, guys, I was aimed right at, see if I can point at it, right at that tree. Okay, I was aimed right at that tree, and I wanted to hit just a nice crispy draw out there. I wasn't trying to aim at these other trees and rope it in. I wanted to hit it controlled draw because we're controlling the club face. That's what we're talking about. That is the type of golf we want to be playing. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's the play. Slow takeaway. Keeping my hands high. Make sure I'm really planting with that left leg. As I come down and I straighten my arms, square up to the ball. Do not try and force my arms any further past that point, and use all my core strength to rotate through. This is also why I push working out so much, guys. By having that stable base, what's been cool is that whatever kind of changes Max throws at me, my body's able to quickly adapt and implement right away. That's it. That's why I keep preaching the fitness stuff so often, is because it allows you to make swing changes so much faster, because your body doesn't have to gain new strength and new muscles and new capabilities. Because I guarantee you, a lot of the stuff you guys are doing in your swings is probably based on imbalances from not investing in your physical fitness. At least I know that's what I did last summer when I was like fit, but I wasn't as fit as I am now because of the focus I put on it. By putting that focus on, I can implement these changes and put them to action much quicker. And like, this course is so tight. There is not a lot of room for error here. That is an absolutely roped hybrid right to the middle. That's exactly where you want to put it. This is the only par 5 on the course. And if you can do that, it's pretty much a guaranteed birdie every time. Oh, let's go. All right, that iron shot was pretty solid. It just didn't cut enough. So we're gonna pull out the good old Texas wedge here and try and lag this up there and get ourselves a nice little birdie. Go in. Let's go. We got it, eagle. We got it, eagle. Okay, next hole is a short par 3 here. So this is the tee box. The hole is here behind this tree. So there's this tee box and then there's like another tee box over here, and they kind of switch them because they gotta let the other one grow back for the weekends and stuff. So they stick us here, and this tee box is the worst because you have this tree blocking you. And so you basically just have to hit a punch shot to the middle of the green. There's no way to get to this pin. Oh, we're riding high, so let's go. All right, so it's 105 to that far tree. So I'm just gonna hit a 50-degree wedge, just a little punch one, to just right of that. Going for like a 95-yard shot. Perfect. All right, now we gotta line it up because we didn't get her enough sauce. Now we gotta earn it. Now we gotta make our money. Let's go. That is so sick. Let's go. Fix your ball marks, folks. Don't be those people. We are the people that fix our ball marks. That is what we do. This is what we're talking about, baby. This is the kind of golf we've been wanting to get to. Wow, it has been a while since I've been able to control it like this. This is good. This is progress. And I still am not doing the motion as good as I can. I can still feel some of those poor tendencies I have still coming through. So give me a couple more weeks of really drilling this down. Progress is coming. Progress is coming. This is that tournament swing we've been wanting. And guys, look at this. Like, this is not unreal. Like, what a gift, right? Like, what a moment of gratitude. Incredible. Anyway, okay, final hole here. We have short par 4. I think it's playing 220 today. Maybe a little closer. Oh, maybe a front pin. I'm gonna look. Anyway, it's at least 210. Very short par 4. It's basically a long par 3, but it's a par 4 on the scorecard. So hopefully we can pick up another birdie and get out of this 9 with just a wonderful, wonderful score. That cut 5-iron didn't really pan out so well. Came up a little short, but all good. Chip that on. Let's get out of here. Well, that concludes this episode. Solid 3 under through 9. A couple mistakes in there. Definitely couple things we could have taken more advantage of to get the score a little better, but all good. This was big progress from the last swing update, and I'm excited to keep putting this in place. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Join me on my golf journey, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.